Hi Taurus, welcome back to your new moon in Capricorn reading for January 21st, 2023. My name is Susie. The channel is Jupiter Rising Tarot Cafe, and we are looking at the new cycle that's coming in for you for the next 2 weeks. New moons bring new cycles. Your theme is the Fool. So that's really fun. New beginnings, new adventures, feeling very plugged into the universe, feeling like a free spirit, having some spontaneity, having the faith of a child. It's a fun card. It's a great card, I think. On the more difficult side of it, you can jump in too quickly, a little bit of recklessness with the Fool. There can be some risks involved. You may not know everything that you're jumping into right away, so there is a bit of naivete with it. But mostly for me, it's a very positive card. And it's definitely the beginning and end of every cycle. It is the infinite journey that we take, the new adventure after the old adventure, ad infinitum. So it just keeps going. Okay, so let's see how that relates to your reading for the next 2 weeks. This is what is coming in. Nice. You have the Ace of Pentacles. A new path that you can embark on, which goes wonderfully with the Fool card. If you so choose to go down this path, yes, of course, there will be rewards and challenges, but it's something new and inviting. And if you feed it, if you continue to walk along the path or give it your attention, I want to say, then it could turn out to be a big money tree later. It's like the seed that you plant now, and if you tend to it, yeah, something really nice can grow from it, or you could have a lot of reward from it with the Ace of Pentacles. It is my springtime card because spring is when you plant seeds, so that makes perfect sense, and spring is coming up. So ooh, and you have a Knight of Wands. Okay, so that's information that's coming in about this. It may be something that you want to start, and with Aries or Mars rather moving forward, things can start to get momentum. They can gain momentum, and it's like lighting a fire under someone's bum. They get a little jump start, and that's even with this Knight of Wands card, because the Knight of Wands is fire, and this is an impulsive action. So that is also something that is goes along with the Fool energy very clearly. And so we could be very excited to move in this direction. We have to be careful of the pitfalls of doing anything impulsively, but this is a lot of energy to put into something new, and that's not a bad thing for a new start. But this can be, for me, the Knight of Wands is messenger, and this is somebody who brings in some messages that gets the fires cooking, that actually lights the flame. There can be a lot of information going back and forth. There can be, this is usually electric, so fiery, right? Phone calls, emails, texts, messages, that kind of thing. Meetings over the computer, over Zoom or whatever you use, FaceTime, whatever. And I will say that the chameleon motif is coming out to me. So that means that maybe it was something that was cut off before and it needed tweaks, it needed changing, and it's kind of regrowing its tail, it's getting that momentum back. Or it could be something completely different, but there's that sort of regrowth with this energy. Maybe that's not for everybody. Maybe that's just for a couple people. But the little gecko, that's what it is. It's the thing that came out to me. All right, so how are you dealing with it? We'll get clarifying cards in a minute. You're dealing with it like a Queen of Wands. Really nice. Wow. Okay, so there is a lot of fire here for you, Taurus. The Queen of Wands is my Leo card, and I find this to be kind of the perfect energy, especially for what it is that you're doing, because the Queen of Wands is very attractive. She attracts what it is that she wants. There's a nice male outgoing energy with the Queen of Wands that is solar, and it's active. It's going out. So she pushes out the what it is that she wants, but because she's the queen, there is that female passive magnetic energy that draws back to her what it is she's putting out there. And so it's the Leo card, it's the sun, and she shines for everybody. It's a great energy for this new beginning. And I also think that she's quite practical. She's not, she's not flighty. The sun is steady. The sun gets up and it's there every day and it shines, rain or shine, she shines. I mean, it's the clouds that pass over the sun, not the sun isn't there. So the sun is a constant. And this person, for me, is always a constant. I really like the Queen of Wands, in case you didn't know. And you have the Four of Pentacles with that. So this is definitely maybe you trying to hold on to finances or ideals or a plan of action maybe that you really want to see go forward. Maybe in changing times it might have to morph or it might have to change a little bit. And this is definitely a card of holding on to tight. But it is also the card that says you have everything you need to make this happen, to create a good foundation for it. And yes, of course, tweaks along the way. Be open and willing to make some changes or compromises, but the bones are there. The foundation, the basics are there. Okay. Let's go further. How will this, or what will result from this? The Five of Swords. Okay, so this is where we have to be careful on the other side of, or the more negative side of the Fool. But let's get another one and see how that plays out. Okay. With the Queen of Swords there, I would say there can be some people who are naysayers or difficult, or just some difficult things happening to somebody around you. That can also be. But with the Five of Swords, that's sort of a no-win situation. Not sort of, it is. A lot of people say it isn't, but Five is a difficult card. Five brings change, and changes are not easy, and especially on a mental level. We don't want to give up our way of thinking, our point of view, our logic, which is the Queen of Swords, and she will cut anybody off that opposes her. That opposes her or her logic, her actions. Because as far as she's concerned, the sky is clear. She thinks she sees everything 110%. But the clouds are still there, and they're just lower. This is somebody with a very analytical mind. She sees things very sharply, but she also has that sharp tongue. And with the Five of Swords there, I'm going to go with the sharp tongue, because the Five of Swords is understanding that your words have an impact on people. And so you may be dealing with this person. It's almost the complete opposite of a Leo female. Because these people come from their passion, and this person comes from their logic. All right, let's get some clarification. And we'll see how we can deal with the Queen of Swords. All right, let's start first with the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. That's information that comes in that's super, super exciting. It almost feels like a disconnect to me. It almost feels like the Five of Swords and the Queen of Swords is not related to the new endeavor, or it gets cut off somehow. But let's go further. Let's find out first. So you have another 5, meaning change. 5 is always about change, and depending on how you deal with change will be easy or difficult for you. With the 5 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands, I'm going to say it's an enjoyable challenge. This can be sometimes disagreements within the group. There is a cooperative effort, but everybody just has their own idea of how they want to get to that end result. And this is very possibly a Queen of Swords that is in the mix here, but we'll find out in a minute. But this can also just be a lively debate, an enjoyable challenge on the lighter side of the 5. And for me, this is very well aspected, so I'm going to kind of go with that. And maybe because it is an enjoyable challenge or a lively debate, this isn't as conflicted as we think. But let's find out. Okay, so we need change. We need to figure out a cooperative way of agreeing to moving on this new path. And these can be the different people that you're speaking to or messaging with. Yeah. Okay. The Queen and the Four of Pentacles. See, and that's what I mean by you're holding on to this idea or this foundation because you have every belief in it. You see it, that it's going to work the way you want. And so all these people, you're at 4, which is firm foundation. And then these people with 5 tip the boat. They give it an imbalance, and that has to find balance again. So for this one, you have a Queen of Pentacles. This is a good ally. This is somebody who's very good and very practical in their approach. Again, she's a pentacle, so earth energy. This is my Aquarius card, and I know that's air, but for me this is an Aquarius type of person, and they are very practical in their approach and very, very focused. They're the people that put their nose to the grindstone and just get it done. They just get it done. So this can be somebody that you're working alongside with. This can also be somebody who's helping you to set up these bones or the strong foundation. And it could be somebody that you are maybe talking about or talking to about these ideas and helping you to decide what it is to choose. These are supposedly the 7 planets that have something to offer you. And it is some confusing choices because, you know, we want it all, and especially Taurus, and but you have to choose. So the Four of Pentacles is a very practical individual who might help you do that. Let's look at the Five of Swords and the Queen of Swords. But we'll say the Five of Swords is my least favorite card. It can mean humiliation. It doesn't have to, but it can. All right, so, okay, interesting. I do want to pull one more. I feel like there's a change for that Queen of Swords. Now, again, a highly logical individual, but her logic is what can possibly help to clear up any argument or disagreement or confusion with the Page of Swords, because the Page of Swords is the detective card. So it is like you have a group of people, interesting, you have a group of people that are trying to clear the path to this new beginning. The Page of Swords is my Libra card. No, I'm sorry, it's my Taurus card. It is my Taurus card. And that's because they work very hard to clear up situations. It's the detective card for me. And this kind of seems to get you back on the right path, where the Five of Swords has taken you off the path. The Chariot card is pointing you in the right direction, and then it's time to go. So this is a 2-week period where you really have to kind of get the dust to settle after this kind of scuffle, after these changes that are taking place. And then the dust settles, you see your way clear, and then you go. You are on your Chariot. And the Chariot card for me, again, is major arcana, so it's on a internal level, mostly felt on an internal level. But it is the card of aligning your head and your heart with your spirit. And then once in alignment, you really know where you're going. You really know what it is that you want and what your plan of action is. And then you just get in the car and go. You've mapped it all out. You know the pitfalls. You know where the blockades are. You know where, where the good roads are, and you go. You've kind of mastered the trail, and the Chariot card is definitely going somewhere. There may be travel involved with the new opportunity. That's also very possible with the Chariot card. But it is really aligning yourself with what it is that you want. I want to pull one for the Five of Swords, and I just want to see what that is possibly. It's work. It is definitely work related. Could be health related too with the Eight of Pentacles, but for me the Eight of Pentacles is a really good card. It's the healthy work ethic, healthy lifestyle. If you've had difficult health problem or health situation, it is returning to health. It's a lot of energy put behind your skill. It's a lot of labor, but you're good at what you do. You know what you're doing, so you can just knock it out with the Eight of Pentacles. So it could be with the Five of Swords that maybe a relationship can suffer a little bit because you're putting so much effort and highly, highly focused on work that maybe something else suffers from that. So you kind of want to be managing your time wisely. If you're in a relationship, or if you have other things going on, maybe you have a couple of projects going on at the same time, and maybe one suffers for the other. So you do want to keep that in mind with the Five of Swords. It's kind of a no-win situation with the Five of Swords. I don't have much good to say about the Five of Swords, but the Eight of Pentacles really softens that a little bit. But I do feel like it's a lot, and even with the Chariot card, you are poised, or you're pointed in one direction, and maybe you need you need it in other areas, but you're quite directed and focused on one direction. And you have the Fool there. So remember, there is this thing of being a free spirit, but you have other obligations. Okay? Still, on the whole, I find this to be a very positive reading, and just, I think, a little something, a little glitch towards the end or something, but I feel like it gets straightened out. And in the end, you may want to take a partner or somebody out. I know that seems trivial after all this, but a little attention. Take them out, take them somewhere, go for a little getaway with the Chariot card. Um, Show your appreciation, something like that. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a full moon reading, and I hope this has been helpful. I do dailies. I will speak to you soon. Take good care. Bye.